Just seems like there's a little movement in the front end. There's a little bit of wind on the bike, but as it comes down into a hole and comes out, it feels like there's a little washing going on. I'm on the V-Strom today and putting it through its paces. Make sure that, got the new tires on it, got them scuffed up nice. Just a couple of little concerns, so that's a lot of wind right there, so it could be the wind on it. When I had the other tires on, the Dunlops, I was getting this, as I mentioned before, this kind of chattering. So I put the new ones on, and it wasn't that at all, because it's between 3,500 and 4,000 RPM that it feels like the bike is chattering. And I just happened to watch today, and it's the bars, the digital bars for the RPMs, are flicking up and down in that range. So it's not a matter of the tires, it's not a matter of fuel. Maybe it's just something that I'm imagining. But there's no lack of performance with the bike. Everything is good. I had the spokes checked. The next you would probably look at steering head bearing, the new chain sprockets, new tires, oils changed, spark plugs. So now what I'm thinking, that I know it wasn't those tires. Last year the trip was 17,500 kilometers roughly. So it's 5,500 to Grand Prairie, so now we're at 12,500. It's probably 6,000 to come home from Vancouver Island, so now we're at 65. So if you know where I'm going from Grand Prairie. The only thing that's left open is Grand Prairie up to the north and down to Vancouver Island. So that would be, the last 6,500, which would give me that total of 17,500. So I have to look at those tires that I have. Do I have those? That's where they would be put on Grand Prairie if I ship them out instead of buying new ones out there. So do I have 6,500 kilometers on those tires? And yes, I do. So then I have to think that's going to wear them out. So then I'm calculating the amount of dirt. Like the Dempster in and out's probably 2,000. Top of the World is 200. There's 2,200. Prudhoe Bay, I think 700 or 800 in and then out. So 3,500 roughly, something like that, 36. So I know those tires, those Dunlops, have that in them. And then the rest would be highway, and I would get down, to Miles Air Suzuki with those wore out. And these would have come off, these Mitas would come off in Grand Prairie, and I would ship them to Miles Air. So from here, I'd have my Dunlop shipped out to Grand Prairie, switch them out, ship the Mitas to Vancouver Island, and that way I wouldn't be buying any more tires. So I've got to see this week what the shipping costs are. And then by the time I get to Ladysmith, the Dunlops will probably be wore out. There might be another small trip left in them. Just shifting it there, just watching the RPM load up the hill, see if there's any chatter, but it's clear. So I think I've analyzed that. Kind of a saying there, analysis paralysis. You got to pitch your tent eventually and just do it. So I'll get a couple of prices, to ship tires from here to Grand Prairie and make sure that they're there. And then whatever it costs me from Grand Prairie to ship these ones out, then it is what it is. So, tire management, I've looked at that. Everything else is ready to go. I'm going to rest the body this week. And it will be, I think, sometime, I'm going to say a little less than 2 weeks now. I think we're looking at, and the other thing, I guess, what kind of turned out nice, Ted's tires didn't come in. We were leaving at 2 different times. So his tires aren't coming in. He's getting them on the 21st, which is a week later than he wanted to leave. So it puts it right in line with when I'm leaving. So I think what we're going to do is we'll pick a date, 23rd or something like that. And we'll go together and we'll cross in the States at Bangor and then run across. And I'll come up into Ottawa and he's going to visit family. And then I'll plot my course to see where I'm going to stop. And I think we're going to be in the Dawson area about the same time. So we'll probably link back up and be able to do the Dempster together. So that would be good. Certainly want to do it with a partner. And Ted and I did most of it last year, so we do it again this year and try to finish it off. And it's fitting. And then, I'll know, I won't know, I should say, until I get up there. Do I feel like doing Alaska today? If it's a good week of weather, you want to get the Dempster done. If it's not a good week of weather, I'll stay over on the Alaska side on the highways and visit that stuff. And then you look for them, 5-6 days of nice weather for the Dempster, because I want to spend a little time up there. But that's the plan as of today. We'll see you out there somewhere.